Hey everybody, this is my first Screencastify, and in the Screencastify, I would like to talk about what restorative justice is and what it can do for you in your classroom. Restorative justice is a different kind of approach to discipline that can be in the classroom or can exist in other areas such as in families, on sports teams. But basically, what restorative justice means is to repair or restore harm. So traditionally, our approach to discipline, especially for children, has been through punishment. So you at school, if you don't follow directions, talk out of turn, you could possibly have to stay in for recess, or in older grades have detention. In the restorative approach, if a student is acting out in class, the teacher would essentially speak to the student about what is bothering them, because as we know, behavior is most often communicative. So if a student is acting out, not listening, follow directions, normally that there is something else that's going on. And so, if we are going to impose consequences in those kinds of situations, it should not be to punish the student, but to allow the student the opportunity to see where they've gone wrong. And for you, as the adult in their life, you can have a better understanding of what's going on in theirs, because maybe there is something going on at home that they're upset about, or a friendship that's bothering them. It could be the way somebody else is treating them in the classroom. It could be the way that you're treating them in the classroom. So it's always important for educators to really get to know their students, because when something does happen, you want to be able to repair and restore harm. The first question that we always ask in a restorative conversation is, what happened? And it's really important that when you're asking a student that question, you are asking it in a way that is calm and that you really do want to know what happened. Sometimes as adults, we have the tendency to make assumptions, or maybe we saw something and it could have not necessarily been that student, but we have 30 kids, and maybe we make the assumption, well, they usually do that behavior, so it must be them. And when you approach it in a way where you're really asking what happened, and it's very uncharged, the tone that which you use is uncharged, and even the way that you're asking the question. So if you can see my hands, when I ask a student what happens, I'm using body language in which I really am communicating to them that I want to know. I don't have my hands on my hips or pointing at them, but my hands are in supplication, because I'm asking them. I need their help. I want to have a better understanding. So, in addition to the body language that you're using, the tone and inflection of your voice is really important. When we come from the perspective of what happened and we're angry, as opposed to what happened, we're listening and we want to know. So that is always the first question in a restorative conversation, is what happened. So this is my first Screencastify, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will be making more on the restorative process, what restorative is and does, and how it can help you.